good morning, and I say good morning even though it looked dark. It is 1:20 in the morning. I know it's dark. I'm sitting in my car, but I cannot have the light on for so long because my battery. I'm just sitting in my car taking a breather from the house. But I just wanted to have a little talk about relationship, partnership. It's just nowadays, people forget the definition of a relationship, marriage, of a commitment. The moment you take up on your own family, the moment you marry someone, the moment you move with someone, you have your own family, you have your kids with that someone, they become your family. They become your priority. They become number one. So if you have a man that's doing everything they can possibly do for you and make sure they take care of their home and make sure that you are taken care of, but for some reason your family don't like that person that you have chosen, even though you know this person have done everything in his power to make sure that you are taken care of and his family is taken care of, and yet you allow your family, your blood-related family, to down talk on this person. And the fact that you sit there and you allow them to do, and you hear what they, I don't care if you say, well, I don't agree with what they said. The moment you answer that call and you just sat there and listened to it and allowed them to say all of that to that person that is doing all of that for you, you no longer chose that family that you created. Now you're siding with your blood-related family. I know it can be a little confusing, and I hope you guys can understand, especially because English is not my first language, so bear with me. But this is a topic that I talk about a lot, and I think people still don't get it now in 2022, especially now in 2022. The type of world we're living in, there's no more commitment. People don't care for commitment. They just want a title, but they forget what comes with the title. And to be honest, title means shit. It's the work that you put into that relationship. It's the commitment that you put into that person. The man I choose, that is my family. The men I create my family with, they become a priority. My family can verify, confirm, whatever you guys call that crap. When I was with my kid's father, regardless of the situation, my family cannot tell you I came to any of them complaining. I wasn't bitching about anything. Because I chose that individual. I chose to make my family with that person. And because I chose that, I'm the one who get to say, hey, no, you didn't do this right, or I can complain, or you ain't shit, or I'm the only one who can say that. I do not allow my family, me and my kid's father are not together, and I do not allow my family to trash talk my kid's father. Why? Because they weren't there. Regardless of what they did to me, if they did anything to me, you wasn't there. You didn't live it. You didn't see it. You didn't even inherit it. So you don't get to talk on it. I don't care if you're my sister, my mama, my grandma, the neighbor, my godmother. You don't get to speak on it. I went through it. Especially my last child father. I went through it. So I'm the only one who can complain. I'm the only one who can talk all the crap she want to talk about. Because I lived through it. I was the one who was in that position, in that situation. Nobody else was. Because nobody can ever say I brought anybody into my problems in my relationship. If anyone knew about my issues or the situations in the relationship, was my best friend. And that's because that's the person I confide in. But other than that, nobody knew. Nobody ever knew the shit I went through in that relationship, okay? Therefore, nobody get to speak on it. Nobody get to talk crap about my kid's father. You wasn't there. And at the end of the day, that's my child father. I could do that. I could say that because I was the one who was put in that position. I was the one in that position. I put myself in that position by choosing that person. But it is what it is. So the fact that a lot of you females out there allow your families to trash talk the man that is feeding you, the man that is providing for you, a lot of times a man that is doing completely nothing, but yet your family is so insecure, they're reflecting the insecurities on you, and they're making you have issues in your house because they're not happy, they're miserable, so they want you to be miserable too. Believe it. Your family can do that to you. Once you take up on that commitment of a relationship, living with someone, having kids with someone, that is a commitment. There's sacrifices that needs to be made. There's understanding that needs to be made. Communication is the number one thing that every relationship needs. Without communication, you don't got nothing. I'm sorry, but nothing. If you guys cannot sit down and talk your issues, I'm sorry, but I don't know why y'all together, why you guys still like even trying to work it. It just, no. Communication is the key. Not only communication, because you guys can communicate or attempt to communicate all you want, but if there is no actions backing up those communications and those conversations, it's not worth it. What's the point of talking? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time because there is no actions to follow that understanding after that conversation. You want the commitment, you want the relationship to work, there has to be commitment, there has to be sacrifices. There has to be an understanding of the other person, and it has to be mutual. We both have to understand each other. We both can disagree, but say, hey, I don't agree with this, but I will try my best because now I know how this makes you feel. Now I know how you feel about this situation. Because if I love you, I'm going to try. At least try. Nowadays, there's no commitment. There's no understanding. This relationship don't even have communication. Nowadays, people get married and they say, well, if it don't work out, I can always get divorced. I always said, the day I get married, there's no divorce. The day I say I do, I'm agreeing to be with that person until the end of my time on this earth. Obviously, divorce for sure will be an option if there is situations like abuse, situations like you literally can truly say you fell out of love for that person, which I don't know how that happened, because in all my relationships, I had never fell out of love for my partner. We ended up going our separate ways for situations that cannot be worked out, but that's why you do the dating, you do the committed relationship, to see first before you say your I do's and make sure that this is the person you're willing to sit by their side for the rest of your life, regardless of the situation. Let's make it more common nowadays to have communications and relationships, to have understanding, to know what the commitment is, to prioritize the family you created. Then don't complain when the men leave you because you didn't prioritize your family. Your family is the foundation to your happiness. Your family, the one you created, not the family you was brought into. Meaning the family your mama created and you were part of it. Now you have your own family. You don't walk out on your family. You don't hurt your family. And when I say you don't hurt your family, there's so many ways. When you don't respect your partner, you're hurting your family. when you refuse to understand, or try to make sacrifices in the relationship in order to make it work, there is no respect for that person, because you just don't care. It's just like, no, this is my way or the highway. No, I'm not doing this, without even taking it in consideration. So where's the respect for that person, the respect for that love that person have for you, the commitment that he have made to be by your side, to be understanding? But the moment they ask something of you, you're so quick to say no. Where's the love for that person? When you love someone, you make sacrifices. When you love someone, sometimes you sit down and change the way you think. It's like, you know what? Now I have a partner. Now I made my own family. Now it's not just me. So now it's different. When you get into a relationship, your mentality changes. It has to change. If your mentality don't change, when you get in a relationship, when you create your own family, there is a problem. Because it has to change. There are changes that needs to be made. You have to adjust to now it's not just you. You have other people that you have to care for, that you have to prioritize. You don't walk up on your family and say, oh, I don't want, then you don't love it. You don't love your family. You don't want that family. The moment you allow your relatives to down talk on your partner, male or female, you don't respect your partner. You don't love your family. You don't prioritize your family. Nobody. Oh, well, I don't agree with what they're saying. But you answered the phone. You sat there and let them say all that crap about that person that been there for you. The one that's holding the boat down. The one that been there through everything. The one that's working every day, putting the effort to make it work. To show you that they love you and that they're willing to sacrifice certain things. That they're willing to put the work that is needed. I'm telling you. We have to normalize nowadays for people to want to have commitments and to understand the definition of commitment and what is required. Prioritize your family. If you create your family, understand that that is your family. Your priority now is them, because that's the family you created. Stop allowing your family to down talk your partner. They start talking crap about your partner. Well, if that's all you have to say, I'm not interested on hearing it. Of course, they can give you advice. If they know you are in a situation and you know that the situation is not right, it's okay for them to talk to you. But in my position, if that was me, I would say, listen, I don't agree with what you're doing. I think you should think about, the decisions you've been making lately in regards to the relationship. But I'm here for you. I support you. Whatever you want to do, if you need advice, I'm here. That you can do. No, he ain't shit. He can't do nothing for you. He's this, he's that. And you don't even know how she even know all that. Is she there? Or is he there? To know what is going on behind closed doors? Do not allow anyone to down talk on your partner. That's the person you chose. If that person was that bad, then you're the problem. Stop normalizing for family members to down talk your partner. Do not. That is not acceptable. If you don't protect him, that you're supposed to be his partner, his ride or die, his forever, then who's going to do it? Then what is expected of you if they can just say whatever about him to you? No. Nobody can come and tell me shit about my man. I don't care what I went through with my kid's father. Like I said, nobody can talk shit to me about my kid's father because I went through that. Me. Whatever situation happened in there, I went through it. I lived through it. I had those kids with that person. Not you. You can say, listen, I know what we have an understanding of what happened. It's like, whatever, if you need help, we're here. Please make sure that you stay safe. Make sure you take the right decisions. Whatever. Good, fine. But don't talk on your partner. Don't talk on your kid's father. No. You don't get to do that because you was not there. You can speak on something you don't know. You didn't went to bed with that person. You didn't eat dinner, breakfast, lunch with that person. You didn't spend your alone time with that person. So how you know? People can say anything. But was you there? So let's be more mindful of our relationships and prioritize your families that you have created by having children, by having the commitment of moving with someone, by getting into a serious relationship with someone. Let's normalize to respect our partners and do not allow our families to down talk our partners, regardless of the situation. Do what you gotta do for you and your family, because at the end of the day, that's the family you chose. That's the one that's gonna be with you. The rest of the people mean nothing. I know what's wrong with this. That's right, I had to turn on my car because just having it sit there. But yeah, as I was saying, prioritize your family. Make sure you give that man the respect he deserves. Make sure you give that woman the respect she deserves. I got it on my chest. I put it out there for you guys. You guys can comment, take from this little conversation whatever you can take from it. But please, let's normalize prioritizing the family we have created and stop allowing your blood relatives to down talk your partners. That is not okay. That being said, you guys go ahead and have a good night. If you're up like me, I feel sorry for you. But yeah, I'm here. Anybody ever needs some words of encouragement, or I don't know, some enlightenment, or just some talk, and I'm here always. And have a good night, guys, and I will try to not think about that situation no more. Alrighty, good night.